somebody? Indeed. What is good? Welcome into Driving the Line. My name is Alan Bell. We've got a fantastic show lined up for you today. Going to be a ton of fun. Got a lot of sports breakdown. Week 4 college baseball is here. The final weekend of non-conference play. It all begins next week. Aaron Bailey said, "What's up? What's up, brother? Good to see you, man. Good to see you." Look, and Tizzle from the afternoon show, bro. You called it. You nailed it. You said last night 7-2. That would be the final score of Arizona and Pepperdine. Well done on that one. All right. Before we look forward, as always, we have to look back. And, well, I'll tell you what, Brad, I'm going to bring you in here. Okay.
Yeah.
So, do you like good news or bad news first? And I hope that you say bad news. And what's up?
Well, I like to be picked back up. So hit me with the bad and then bring me back up, please.
There we go. All right. And B Mills is right. Big Ten baseball starts today. Yes. That is not bad news. That's good news, but it's not what we had. All right. So we ended up like 2-4 yesterday. But here's the deal. All right. Our man, California Wager, goes 1-1. Here's the deal. That's the kind of bad news. The good news, and I didn't want to do it, but I had to now that it's like 2 days in a row. Bro, our list, we're just crushing them. Like, apparently the bets that I'm putting in on the left side are a little tough, but our list, we're just absolutely crushing, man. So, yeah, just wanted to put some good news here and some other good news. Lots of it. Big Wayne, my man, good to see you. Robert, good to see you as well. So, Brad, what's up, buddy? How we doing?
Doing great, AB. Another great weekend ahead of us. Some great soccer. We got the MLS this weekend. All the leagues are back. Plethora of things to look forward to if you like to bet the world of soccer.
I'm with you. You know what? And I like that. And look, I'm going to say it right here. If you read me this other thing, I love you, brother. Minister, tell those who've had an impact on me. I love them as much as I can. Losing people makes you realize that. Love you, bud. Reed, I love you too, man. And it does. And I've lost people in my life. And, I was there. Dude, I was there a couple years ago. I had never talked about this on air. I was there a couple years ago. My mom passed away, and it's brutal, man. It's absolutely brutal. But the thing about it is what you just said is that it does have an impact on you. And exactly what you just said right there, Reed, is that's the point, man, is like to tell people, that you love them. And anybody who hasn't lost somebody or they had, like, dude, call your mom, call your dad, call your brother, call whoever today. Do it, especially if it's somebody that if you've ever had one of those relationships where things just haven't gone well, maybe it's somebody, a friend, whoever that you haven't talked to in a while, you know what? Call them. Call them. Be the one, whatever it is, even if it's not your fault, call them. Fix it. Life's short. You know what I mean? So, Reed, we love you, man. I love you. We all love you. And 100%. You nailed it right there. That's what it's about, man. That's absolutely what it's about. Now, we're not even going to do a promo after that. I was going to promo the Discord, but hey, everybody already knows it. Go ahead, get those QR codes scanned up. I mean, we'll go ahead and put it up there, right? Scan it, have some fun, especially for this weekend. There's going to be a ton of college baseball going on all over the place. The overs, we've got that in your feeds now. Me and TJ Parker. And yes, we put the Oregon graphic, all right, on the show today in honor of our dog, Big TJ Parker. I think it's going to be a huge TJ Parker weekend. It's my boy, all of our boy. Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely. So it's going to be a great weekend. Reed, shoot, we love you, brother. Let's go get it. All right. Now, what we also need to get to, apparently we need to just get my picks out of the way. We just go straight to the list. That's what we need to do before we get to Brad. So anyways, let's get to the picks. All right. Oh, that didn't pull up. There we go. I was like, where did the screen go? Big shout out to our man Cortez, member for 13 months. That's what it's about right there, Cortez. Right at you, man. Thank you, brother. Thank you. All right. You got one play. I have no idea who that first team is. I have no idea who the second team is. So just go ahead and break it down what you got.
Yeah, we're headed to the Netherlands in a matchup this afternoon. The only matchup in the Netherlands top flight, not the Eerste Divisie, but the Eredivisie, Eredivsie. That is the top flight. In a matchup between NAC Breda and Sparta Rotterdam. We're taking both teams to score at minus 135. Why? Because Breda, they're coming in scoring in 25 of their last 27 home matches. That is 93%. When they're at home, they tend to score. The only two that they didn't were those top dogs, PSV and Feyenoord, which is, you need to know, it's okay that they don't score against one of those top dogs. They've now conceded in 25 of 30, which is 83%, but also 2+ in 11 to 16. So typically what Breda does is they score at home and they concede regularly, both home and away, and it's multiple, especially lately. They're taking on a Sparta Rotterdam squad who scored in 35 of 43, which is 81%, 4 out of every 5 matches, which is nice. They are the favorite away from home. They are the better team. They've also conceded in 24 of 26 matches, which is 92%. So both teams scoring, conceding like crazy, and Sparta, when they're away from home, 13 straight they've conceded. And in this matchup history specifically, they've played 11 of 14 times, have hit both teams to score. So those 14 matches, 11 of them have come in. So we're just going to keep it nice and simple at that both teams to score with NAC Breda, Sparta Rotterdam in the Netherlands Eredivisie this afternoon for minus 135.
All right, what's that division again? What's it called?
The Netherlands Eredivisie.
See, that's why we have you. I could never pronounce that, ever. Now, what I can't pronounce is we're playing Duke. Yeah, you see it in the chat. I know, Wayne, it's frightening at times, but we're taking them off of the absolutely banned to hell list. We're going to bring them back. We're playing Cal. If they can't beat Cal, we'll never play Duke in the history of this show ever again. Okay, so we've got Brad, college baseball weekend. All right. We've got some pretty good games, right? Like we've got some pretty good teams facing off against each other. Wake Forest, we're going to take them on the money line. They're at home against Notre Dame. All right. That's going to be a good game tonight. We got Kentucky money line. We're going to pair Kentucky and Wake Forest together, minus 110. Kentucky at home against Wofford. Now, we're going to take Arizona State money line. Going to take Duke money line, minus 110. And then we're going to take North Carolina money line at home against Stanford. And we're going to pair that with Virginia Tech money line. Get it at plus 145. Ooh, there's some games this weekend, man. And we'll be live today, obviously, at 3 p.m. Eastern. The books don't give us totals until the afternoon, right? So we're going to have totals. There are some ones that you're going to want to pay attention to 1,000,000%. Now, Scott, okay? Brad, our man, Big Scott Barrett, said Brad was money with MLS overs last weekend. Any favorites this weekend? Well, Scott, my man, it is funny that you bring that up. Brad, we need some MLS, both teams to score for this weekend. What we're going to do every Friday. And Scott, well done. You brought that up. You remembered because our man Brad is money on it. All right. So I tasked you extremely late, all right, with finding, all right, some MLS or however you wanted to use it, MLS, both teams to score this weekend. I'm going to get the hell out of your way. You got a nice haircut. Go ahead and let it rip, my boy.
There's a lot of matches this weekend and a lot of, I think, matchup issues. So you have some teams who've come out slow, playing a lot of these teams who have come out fast. So we're not necessarily sure in a lot of these matchups which way it'll go, who's going to dictate the pace. And you need to know what system is going to overtake the other team. So you know, hey, this team's going to come out slow. This team might sit in a counterattack. This team pushes forward a lot. So we're trying to at least look for those teams who have been very consistent with us thus far this season. And I think there are two teams specifically who you want to look at. You've got DC United right now, who's just on fire. They've now hit over 2.5 goals in 21 of their last 22 matches. I highlighted them last week. They have a matchup between Sporting Kansas City this weekend. And the one thing you need to know about the MLS right now, we don't have a lot of 1-1 ties. So if you're looking to bet in the MLS, you would look more toward the over 2.5 than you would the BTTS. BTTS, both teams to score, is more of a bet that you look at live in game. So if you've already hit those totals or those totals are close, then maybe you want to drop into that both teams to score. But prior to the match, you're getting minus 185, minus 200, minus 215, kind of unplayable lines, making you forced to look at that over market, which is the one that is more consistent. So we're kind of diving more into that. But that DC United match really sticks out to me. Sporting Kansas City and DC United both play open football, which is what you want to see. Both have some clinical finishers, but specifically with DC, they play that high pressure defense, which if Sporting Kansas City tries to build out the back, should play right into DC's hands. I see the over in that match specifically. And then there's a couple other, everybody who bets in the MLS knows of Miami. They've been hitting their totals like crazy. They're playing against a Charlotte squad who's pretty solid. I believe that they're going to be able to score away from home, but it's Miami who's conceded in like 32 of 34 or something crazy like that. Messi will be back in the lineup looking to push those overs. And especially if you've got Miami on the pitch, you want to look more toward the over than you do that both teams to score, because Lionel Messi can come in and make things happen at a moment's notice. And then lastly, I want to look at one more specifically, Dallas. Dallas has been pumping goals in. They've been hitting both teams to score. Being back at home, they're a regular, frequent conceder as well, taking on a Chicago squad who has started well offensively. I'm just a little bit concerned with Chicago. And then, there's just too much convolution with some of these matchups. So I would stick more toward Dallas, Chicago, DC United, Sporting Kansas City, and maybe Miami and Charlotte this weekend.
Nice. Well done. Okay, now I put together some graphics here, all right, for us to take a look together. So these are the top 10 most goals scored, all right, in the MLS. All right, does this make sense to you? You were talking about Dallas right up there. Miami, you're talking about them right up there. Philadelphia, apparently they're just scoring goals left and right, huh?
Yeah, so we highlighted Philly last weekend. They were one of our two teams on the board, and they absolutely came out and pummeled. I believe it was the Red Bulls or Cincinnati away from home, and that is a really, really big result for Philadelphia's squad. I like what they're producing. The biggest problem with Philly this weekend is they're playing an underwhelming New England Revolution side at home. I don't know what product they provide. They take a lot of possession, but they don't have a lot of impetus within that possession. Not a lot of players that are really working with one another. So if Philadelphia doesn't cover this on their own, you might possibly see an under for once. But I expect Philly to come out and score once, maybe twice, most likely twice. But I'm not just absolutely sold on that over that it would be my best play because of New England. But you can see right there, we've got Orlando. That's a great team to tail. DC United, Dallas, Toronto, Chicago, Philly. Those are all teams we've already highlighted within the last week or two. So this list is trending where our eyes are seeing it. But, the next couple of weeks will really, really give us a good indicator on what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, it's early, right? So, it's important to keep that perspective. And what you're talking about with who did you say Philly's playing?
Philly's New England, the
Yeah.
Revolution at home.
So teams like that, I call them quicksand. Like, dude, you just run in place and you get nowhere. Like, they don't give up a lot of goals. They don't score a lot of goals. All they do is just waste your time. Like, it's tough. Now, on the opposite side, the top 10 most goals allowed. Okay. So when we're looking at this, and again, I'm just looking at it from a novice perspective, but of a bettor who, I bet runs and points and, all kinds of sports. So what I'm seeing, Orlando gives up a bunch of goals, but Orlando also scores goals. All right. Top 5 in both categories, right? You look at Toronto, Chicago, they're right there in scoring goals, allowing goals. Dallas, as you said, is there as well. So it seems like, at least so far, and again, it's so incredibly early, but these are the teams that we're looking at in terms of goals, both scoring and allowing.
I'm glad you brought this graphic as well because I forgot to mention Orlando. They are playing away from home against a New York City football club. So you back New York City to be able to score at home. That's what they do regularly. Orlando's a conceding team, but they're also a scoring team. As you mentioned, the New York City Football Club have now conceded in 21 of 22. So that is regular people finding the net against them. That should set up for Orlando to be able to score. The problem with this, I could theoretically see this as a 1-1. So as far as a total goals, I'm not positive. This could be one of those few. It just depends on New York City Football Club. They do a little bit of that New England Revolution style of passing around, trying not to minimize too much risk. But Orlando plays nice and open. So we'll see what dictates. I see both teams to score, just not sure about that over.
You know what? That's a fair and honest answer. That's all we can ask for right there. That was well done. What we can also ask for is the list. Let's get after it. Okay, so here is what we have and what we're looking at today. All right. And stop me if you see anything that you like. Okay. College basketball, Purdue, Illinois, under 159 and a half. And everybody in the crew, let me know what you think. All right. And first off, before we even get into that, we've got to give huge shout out to Liddy, 1999 super chat, said go Lakers. What a win last night. Oh my goodness. And dude, it was wild because we had LeBron over 2.5 threes, ended with 2. And we had Iowa plus 6.5. They lose by 7. It was like, dude, we had those 2 plays. We could have flipped the board completely. But the Lakers, I think that's what, 8 in a row now? Like, dude, on absolute fire, man. And then our man Robert Bibbo, 5 memberships. Huge, dude. Thank you. Unbelievably big. Okay. Now, yeah, and look, Lynn says it best. I love the Discord. I can be on the Discord on my laptop. It looks like I'm working. There we go, right? It's absolutely perfect just for that. And, you could take it in anytime, whether early morning, mid-afternoon, super late night, anytime. There's always folks in there, So, yeah. All right. So, Purdue, Illinois, under 159 and a half. Lane says it best. Hard to trust Matt Painter coach teams. I'm with you. Even though we all like Matt Painter, right? I kind of feel like this is going to be a defensive game. I think it's going to be a classic Big Ten basketball game. Fundamentals, own time of possession. That's just my thoughts. But again, I'm going under 159 and a half there. Oklahoma City Thunder on the money line. I think they're minus 3.5 now. But yeah, I'm going to go with the Thunder money line here. And these are our straight picks for props. Desmond Bain of your Memphis Grizzlies. All right. I know that Memphis has a special place in your heart and always will. Desmond Bain over 2.5 threes at minus 105. And then Donovan Mitchell of the Cavaliers, because this guy's just an absolute freak. Like, this guy can do everything. Donovan Mitchell's unbelievable. Like, this dude is just incredible, man. Take him for over 3. Go ahead. What is that?
And the Cavs need him too. So he has to be a focal point. I'm a Cavs fan, by the way. I don't know if you know that. My family's
No, I didn't. Yeah, go ahead.
My family's from Northern Ohio, so we grew up in Akron, Cleveland, Columbus area. So that's our team. I got my Cavs shirt not on right now.
I love it. No, like, dude, one, they do need him, right? But 2, the biggest point, like, Donovan Mitchell is unbelievable. Like, this guy is he's incredible, man. Like, he's an electric factory. I love watching him play. Like, I love watching the Cavs play. They're a ton of fun. But, like, Donovan Mitchell's like, he reminds me of, like, I don't even know. I don't even want to compare him. Like, he's just a stud, man. He's fun. Now, as for our parlay pieces, Delaware on the money line. All right. Live free or die, Delaware. Okay. I don't know if anybody's got them on their radar. This could be a nice play today. And we've got college basketball men's conference championships coming up next week. So this is kind of it for the regular season over the weekend. And then the Kings money line against Spurs. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, all right. There we go. All right. So this is good information. Okay. Almost the whole starting five resting for OKC. Okay. Boogie, good call. Good call. Good call. Good call. Good call. Good call. All right. So be careful that Thunder money line. Maybe we want to replace that with a Virginia Tech baseball. All right. See, this is good information right there. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I messed that up. Live free or die is New Hampshire. My bad. I should have remembered that from Breaking Bad. Yeah, good info there. All right, so be careful on that Thunder. We'll calm down on that one. Live free or die is New Hampshire for sure. All right, so that's our list. Now, Brad, it's a short show today. We will be back at 3 p.m. Eastern. We've got a massive amount. Like, we're going to have a ton of bets coming this afternoon because we're just waiting on the books to drop and we just don't have a lot of options here in the morning. But any final thoughts before we get out of here, my boy?
I do. So we got Qatar here on the board, and Qatar is one of the highest scoring leagues in the entire world, and not just highest scoring, but consistently high scoring. We almost always get that 3, 4, 5 goal effort. And when you look at Qatar specifically, in the last 54 matches, it's hitting it over 2.5 at 80%. So 4 out of every 5 matches for 9 match weeks, because they have 12 squads, which is 6 teams or 6 matches per match week, have hit that over 2.5 goals. So if you're paying attention to Qatar, you're absolutely loving the production. And if you're not, make sure that you are. It doesn't necessarily always hit the over that's listed in the total pre-match. But if there's not a goal early on, it is a safe league to put your money into live.
There we go. You hear that? Safe league. You know what else is safe? When we get totals today for college baseball, Maryland over. Dude, they have some. I think they've had what now? 11 straight. I'll tell you, this is a perfect transition. I believe Maryland now has 11. Maryland baseball has 11 straight games where they've had double-digit runs. All right, and they're playing UCLA, who's a team that can score runs. Okay, now that brings us to our stat of the day. Interesting that we said 11 straight. Here is a damn stat of the day for you. All right, and we were just talking about Purdue. Check out this. Purdue basketball. They've hit the first half under in 11 straight road games. 11 straight. There's your stat of the day right there. We'll see. I don't know where that number is, but we will see. If anybody is a big Purdue guy or girl, let me know. Let us know if that aligns up. But yeah. 11 straight road games have hit the first half under is pretty significant, man. B Mills says UCLA's projected starter has a 10+ ERA. Yes, I'm telling you, I was begging that they would give us the UCLA Maryland total this morning so that we could get on it before the rest of planet Earth did. And now they haven't yet. So we'll have to wait for 3 p.m. Eastern. But yeah. Ooh, under 76.5 on Purdue. Under 76.5. Yeah, I'm in on that. I'm in on that, my boy. That good eye. Okay. I think that's it. Any final thoughts, Bradley, that you have before you get at it?
That's my final thought.
Have you ever had Daddy's Dogs here in Nashville?
Oh, I have. Yeah.
I had it last night.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Which one did you get?
I got the Chicago dog, and it was a chili cheese dog.
Is the Chicago dog with the pickle?
Yes.
Okay.
Phenomenal.
I remember.
Yeah, both of them were good.
Yeah.
Daddy's
Place
dog.
is fire.
It is. It is. I was over off of Charlotte. Charlotte? Yeah. Over by the Riverbend Maximum Prison.
I didn't realize that you liked quality hot dogs. I thought it was just
gas station.
Gas station.
Yeah, just gas station. Yeah, Casey's didn't have any fired up, so I had to go over to something quality. It was good, and the best part too. Real quick, they have root beer, which is normally my go-to. Like if I get a soda, right? They had cherry Coke. Oh yeah, dude, a fountain cherry Coke. Oh yeah, it was phenomenal. Anyway, shout out to Daddy's Dog. Got to give them credit on that one. So, anyways, yeah, dude, Chicago dogs are good. All right, that's enough yapping. Everybody, have a wonderful day. We'll be live at 3 p.m. Eastern for our Driving the Nightline show. Our man Robert in the chat said he's going to get some picks in there. Hell yeah, love it. TJ's got some picks coming. We got all kinds coming. We're going to have totals out the yin yang, Bradley, as they say. All right, everybody, best of luck. Cash these tickets. Have a good day at work. Spread some positivity. Call your mama, your daddy, whoever, your buddy. Call somebody. Tell the ones that you love them. It's important. We'll see you this afternoon. Thanks. Who's got it better than us? Nobody!